In 1989, a major earthquake struck Los Angeles, USA. In less than 5 minutes, over 300,000 people were injured. During this earthquake, a young father crawled out from the chaotic rubble and miraculously survived. Still shaken, he frantically ran toward his 8-year-old son's school because he seemed to hear a tender voice constantly calling him, "Daddy, Daddy, where are you?" When he arrived at the school, the 3-story building, once filled with laughter and joy, had completely collapsed into ruins. The young father suddenly felt darkness before his eyes, and the tension in his mind snapped. He shouted his son's name desperately, tears streaming down his face, overwhelmed by grief. Suddenly, he remembered a phrase he often told his son: "No matter what happens, Daddy will always be with you." With this thought, he stood up firmly and walked toward the ruins. Relying on his memory, he rushed to where his son's classroom used to be and began clearing the rubble with his bare hands. He kept murmuring, "Amanda, Amanda, Daddy is here." At this moment, many parents rushed to the scene, only to cry helplessly before leaving in despair when they saw the school reduced to rubble. However, this young father, covered in dust, disheveled and exhausted, continued digging tirelessly with his bare hands. A rescue team leader stopped him and said, "Don't waste your energy. There's no point. They're already dead. We understand your sorrow, but digging like this is futile. You are risking your life. Please leave now." The young father stared blankly at the firefighter and asked, "Are you here to help me?" Everyone sighed and shook their heads before walking away, thinking he had gone mad. But the father had only one thought: "My son is waiting for me." Hours passed. 8, 24, 36. But no one could stop this father's determination to dig. His face was covered in dust. His eyes were bloodshot. His hands were bleeding, but he never stopped. Finally, at the 38th hour, a voice suddenly came through the rubble. "Daddy, is that you?" The father shouted. "Amanda, my son, Daddy is here. Daddy is here." His son called out loudly, "Daddy, is it really you? There are 15 of my classmates here, all unhurt. Even though it's completely dark, I told them not to be afraid because Daddy promised me, no matter what happens, he will always be with me. As long as Daddy is alive, he will come to save me, and he can save everyone too." 30 minutes later, a small, safe exit was cleared, and all 15 children were rescued. The father held his son tightly and cried his heart out. This showed everyone the power of family love and the miracle that faith can bring to human lives. When life is tested by any disaster, remember, never give up easily. The one who truly saves you is yourself.